Well, leading us off this afternoon, the decision is in. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jurnee Taylor. Hours ago, Kamala Harris announced her pick for vice president, solidifying the Democratic ticket. Natalie Brand has more on how the nation is responding.
Vice President Kamala Harris has made her biggest decision yet as the official Democratic presidential nominee, selecting Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Last week, Walz spoke about his chances of being Harris's number two.
Whatever she wants is it in this moment, and just to be candid, to put a ticket together that wins in November.
The 60-year-old former high school teacher is in his second term as governor of Minnesota. He previously represented the state for 6 terms in the U.S. House and served in the Army National Guard. Walz led Minnesota during the pandemic and unrest following the police killing of George Floyd. Some political watchers see his selection as a way to appeal to moderates in the Midwest and key states that could decide this election.
Tim Walz is going to be, I think, very critical and crucial to moving some of those disaffected Republicans and those independent voters, creating a permission structure for them to support Kamala Harris.
Harris had not made a final decision as of last night. We're told her team printed multiple versions of campaign signs for tonight's rally in Philadelphia to be prepared no matter who she chose.
The campaign stop in Pennsylvania kicks off a battleground state swing across the country. Former President Trump's running mate J.D. Vance is on his own battleground tour, also starting in Philadelphia.
You have J.D. Vance, who is a Midwesterner from Ohio. So this is an interesting contrast that we'll see on the VP debate stage if that comes to pass.
As the Trump campaign works to put Minnesota in play this November, it's released a statement calling Walz a, quote, dangerously liberal extremist. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, is it officially a weather impact alert day? I'm joined by meteorologist Nathan Scott, who's been tracking the conditions today. Nathan, what more can you tell us about it? Let me say this. I know I just asked you a question, but I've been outside. It is no joke.
Yes.
It is no joke.
It feels like you just opened the oven door, right?
Yes.
And it just hits you in the face.
Yes.
So it's more of a dry type heat, but it's still brutal out there. Temperature right now at Little Rock, 97 degrees. And there you see the weather impact alert goes into effect 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock this evening, just because that is going to be the air temperature warming up to 100. Some locations could get to 101 or 102. But since we had the lack of humidity here in Central Arkansas, there's no heat alerts issued by the National Weather Service. All the heat advisories are in East Arkansas and also well to the west. Temperatures across the state, everybody has pretty much warmed up well into the 90s. We have a few clouds bubbling up with that daytime heating. The dew points pretty much into the 60s. So that's why we don't have any heat advisories in effect, because those dew points are not into the low to mid 70s. Your current heat index, it's just a few more degrees warmer than what we're experiencing with the air temperature. Feels like 101 right now in Little Rock. Feels like 100 in Stuttgart. Feels like 105 in Arkadelphia. Highs today across the board. Everybody's going to top out into the upper 90s to the low triple digits. And then look what happens tomorrow. Changes will be arriving, especially in the north and northeast Arkansas. Those are the highs now. Only into the mid 80s for Batesville, Jonesboro, also Mountain Home. And that cooler air will continue to filter its way in to Central Arkansas. I think you'll like the forecast I have coming up.
All right, well, if you're in North Little Rock and need to escape the heat, the city has a cooling station open right now. It's at the North Little Rock Community Center. That's 2700 Willow Street by the high school. You can stop by anytime before 6 o'clock tonight. This afternoon, we're getting a He's caught the man responsible for causing a lockdown at Mercy Hospital. This new body cam footage shows officers arresting 34-year-old John West. He was found hiding inside the hospital after raising panic when he stormed into the hospital with a fake gun. Mercy was in lockdown mode for hours before West was found. He still faces charges related to aggravated assault and felony theft. In one of our most viewed stories on THV11.com, 2 people are in custody after a major drug bust on I-40. State police say they pulled over someone during a routine traffic stop. That's when they found codeine, fentanyl pills, and marijuana, all of which were confiscated, and the driver and passenger both were arrested. The The mayor of Wynne, Arkansas is speaking out after following claims from several in her own city saying that she is failing to keep her commitment to the community. Over 1,000 people have already signed a petition hoping to force a public vote to push Mayor Jennifer Hobs out of office. According to several community members of the forum group, Always a Jacket, it's because she hasn't done enough to support tornado recovery. Now, despite people claiming to be in dire need, the mayor says there's more to the process than what meets the eye.
We have to have in-hand documentation showing that we have materials or money donated that could fund a minimum of 5 home rebuilds.
Now, the mayor says she's trying to find organizations to provide free labor since the city simply cannot spend their own money on recovery plans. Happening today, 2 Arkansas senators will make their way across the natural state with the goal of boosting development opportunities. Arkansas U.S. Senators John Bozeman and Tom Cotton are planning several stops. Today, they'll start in Jonesboro before heading over to East Camden. Tomorrow, the 2 will be in the capital city and then plan to wrap things up in Mulberry. They're looking to target industries related to business, education, and defense. Now, while they're in Jonesboro, the 2 will speak at Arkansas State University. They will talk with the members of the meat market and then a roundtable with steel leaders. While in Camden, they'll speak at SAU Tech, and then tomorrow they'll start at Riggs Cat before ending with a tour at a cold storage facility in Mulberry. In North Little Rock, the animal shelter is struggling to make room as they begin the early stages of renovations. This afternoon, leaders with the shelter are calling on you to help get animals adopted. They have twice as less space as before as they get ready to renovate the facility. And while the changes are much needed, it also means some animals could be at risk of being put down.
We have 28 dogs and I've got 23 adoption cages. We've got 1 dog sitting that's in a very large crate as far as for his size that's sitting there waiting for a kennel to open up.
Renovations should be finished by September. However, they're hoping community members help free up some space and save a life. And your help is also needed to supply blood across the natural state. According to the American Red Cross, the blood bank is reaching critically low levels. One center specifically in Arkansas says because of that, this summer has been one like none other. And now some organizations are offering perks to people who want to donate blood.
So the donors were able to receive the beach towel, and then we also gave them a zoo-themed t-shirt as well as 2 free passes to the zoo in Springfield.
You can also snag a free snack when you donate. If you donate at a Red Cross blood drive this month, you can also get a $20 Amazon gift card. As back-to-school season gets underway, state law enforcement is encouraging you to think twice before posting your child on social media. While first date pictures can be exciting, it could also pose a security risk if you post too much information. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate your child's first day, but be mindful once something is on social media, anyone can see it, including people from out of state.
Interstate 40, we have Interstate 30 that, from Fort Smith to West Memphis, you can get there, less than 4 hours. Just last week alone, there were 5 kids in Arkansas, 2 of them which we actually issued Amber Alerts for.
To keep your child safe, try to avoid posting their grade level, teacher's name, or even their school. Now, speaking of back to school, Governor Sanders celebrated an outstanding group of teachers Monday. The governor's mansion was full of educators from across the state, giving out major recognition. Each of them receiving praise from the governor for their countless devotion to the next generation of leaders.
From me, from every Arkansas parent, and from our entire state, we are proud of you and we are so grateful for your service to Arkansas. Thank you.
Student learning.
Now, the governor presented the Teacher of the Year award to Bo McCaslin at DeQueen High School. We're sending a major congratulations to them and everyone at the ceremony. You may be looking into home remedies for keeping the mosquitoes away. Our Verified team confirms what's proven to work after the break.
Serious heat is on tap for your Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures soar to near 100, but look what happens Saturday. Temperatures, they may struggle to reach 90 degrees in some areas, and the humidity levels will also be coming down. I'll have more on that and also if we'll have a chance of rain in the next 7 days coming up.